Have I been doing a comic the longest of all of us?
Hello.
Maybe.
Are we live?
God.
Ah! Do we have sound?
Yes.
Oh, it's the first
the
question.
eternal question.
I can see audio. I think I'm a little quiet,
Yes.
but I can see everybody else's audio. We're good.
People are saying yes.
Stream is saying yes. Excellent. Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to Trash Heroes, another steaming, hot, heaping helping. I, of course, am once again your dungeon biologist, welcoming you. And just a second here as I open all the windows that have been buried. Yes, and I am here to welcome you, as usual, to Trash Heroes, the D&D stream where we recount the epic adventures of this wildly improbable collection of heroes we call Trash. And our players, as always, this wonderful, talented group of internet cartoonists. Danielle is back with us again this week.
Yay!
So please do check out everybody's links up in the doobly-doo in the corner.
The doobly-doo.
You really do.
Yeah, I'm just gonna steal all of
Sure,
the
Hank. Or
Yeah.
John.
all of those internet brothers, whatever they call themselves.
Oh no, whiny
Oh wow.
Lily.
I just got
Oh, yeah.
I had to like go through a
Horrible dog.
Good. Good gremlin child.
Yep. It's so grumpy.
I just had to go through a thing because the Twitch stream I cleared my cache and it was like adult warning and I didn't understand what was happening.
That's just
Um,
because we will. It's us.
Yeah, it's just because we'll do a lot of
We are the warning.
yeah.
Warning us.
Honestly, it's not the swears, it's the
content.
it's
The
the
everything
puns.
I
else.
hear that it's
It's the
quite
puns.
It's the flagellating penis that I sometimes whip
Yeah,
out.
that too.
That'll get a stream shut down.
I thought you were about to
and
get up, Randy.
What? What was that?
I thought you were about to get up. It's like, no, sit down.
So,
Pants.
without further ado, I'll introduce the
not
characters.
Why am I so quiet? What's going on with my headset? Hello.
Why are you so
Can you
quiet?
hear me
You sound
now?
good to
I
us.
don't know. I guess I gotta talk loud.
No, you check your input.
I think my input's messed up. Oh, that's
On
people are
Discord.
saying it's better.
Yeah, your Discord input
Boom.
might be down. So, as usual, I will introduce our characters. First up, Keeper of the Vermin, Protector of the Trash Heap. It is Fetid Quaggle.
That's me.
And then next, we have our larger-than-life pit fighting superstar, Ugna Sugar Tusks.
Hey, everybody.
Woo!
And of course, our trickster cleric, rogue baker, and all-around party animal, Tromlandarials. The all-natural swamp druid, Genasi Glorpa.
I don't have any plants, so it's just
Here.
my green hair, I guess.
Green hair
Plant.
is plant-like.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Alina brought it.
And finally, our sweet old grandpa, who just accidentally happens to be an ancient warlock, Copernicus Sunshine.
Oh, hi there.
When we last left our heroes, a quick recap. Along with the dwarf friend Hollis Rockabilly, the party had entered the vast wildwoods to complete their quest for owlbear milk. They had been told that great horned owlbears dwell there in the wildwoods. But first, they had an encounter with a vengeful froghemoth who seemed intent on eating them all and taking back Ugna's crown of the Frog Queen.
Still the Frog Queen.
Yeah,
We
Tromlin
beat
got
the
swallowed.
shit. Yes.
The creature vomited a swarm of poisonous toads everywhere. Ugna took a ridiculous amount of damage, but with Hollis's help, the team managed to defeat the creature. And then that night, while resting, Copernicus awoke in the night to discover an apparition in the woods. And it turned out to be his long-lost brother-in-law, Shecky, who seemed to be angry about something and put a curse on Perni's shadow so that there is some sort of demon infesting his shadow and it has a mind of its own. Nothing particularly significant has occurred with that shadow yet, and I will emphasize yet. So nonplussed, the group carried on and found the owlbears, and then enacted an incredibly complicated and outrageous plan involving Tromlin in a baby bird disguise, a handcrafted out of blood construct, puppet beak attached to the magical cask of preservation that Hollis provided, and a quick change using a banishment spell. it took 3 nests, but you managed to fill the cask with vomited owlbear milk from
so
the
sorry,
mommy
Tromlin.
owlbears.
Took a lot
get
of
that.
bludgeoning damage.
I still owe you everything.
I violently got face fucked by Mama Bear Owls.
I'd also like to state or correct the record and say that Perni was not nonplussed. He was very much plussed when he
yes.
carried on from the curse.
He's +1 now. He has a demon in his shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think that Perni would be like bringing shit to a poop factory, but it has in fact managed to shake him a little bit.
He's like, I'm incanting for 2 now. And where was I? And then, yes, however, they filled the cask, but during the process, Fedid and Ugna, who were hanging back ready to step into combat should things go awry, were snuck up on by a stray runt owlet cub, or cublet, I guess we'll say, which promptly
good.
imprinted on Ugna,
So
and
good.
she is now carting it around in a baby Bjorn.
I have a tiny wee owlbear.
Did you get a lot of black tokens for this, or did you earn it?
I took a big one.
Maybe in a couple. Yeah.
And an uneventful trip back to Ravenfall. Later, the group said their goodbyes and thanks to Hollis, who's gone off with the Dwarven contingent, who are going to head back to Rockspire. And that is where we will pick up the group. And that will bring me to Glorpa. So Glorpa, if you'll recall, the last time you played was just before the big match. And
Sorry to
you
miss
had
it.
spotted one of the elf ships that you recognized from your vision dream. And so you led Tromlin and Fedid to go down to that ship and sneak aboard and check things out. Which they did as the match raged and everything kind of went sideways. Afterwards, while the rest of the party, there was a huge crowd of people and they all kind of went off with them. But you were still in bird form. And you, if you'll recall, a few adventures ago, had some relations with some of the local raven flock. It's warm enough in the spires of Ravenfall that there is a second breeding season in the autumn before winter really sets in. And so the males are kind of fairly interested. And so you got distracted. But it turns out that with birds, after there's a relations occur, they want to build a nest and all this stuff, and you really don't want to get tied down. So you've kind of been, all right, that was fun and all, but heading off and doing your own thing. So you spent some time since your friends have gone off, you flying around Ravenfall, wondering what they're up to. And in the afternoon of the day that the party spent sneaking around the owlbear nests, because it's only been a few days, right? I think you guys took 2 days to get out to where you found the owlbears. And then there was that one night after the fight with the frog hemoth, and then maybe a couple days back. So hasn't even been a week. But on that afternoon, you were flying out over the quay and looking at that elven ship again, which is still there. And you caught your eye was caught by something shiny on deck of the ship, up at the highest point of the deck, the poop deck at the back. You saw something shiny in a little wooden crevice, and you swoop down to check it out and realize that it's a simple piece of jewelry. It's like a brooch or a pin of some sort in the shape of a silver leaf. And so you swoop down to check that out and grab it. And when you do, and you fly back up over the sea, because of course the quay looks out over Evermere, as you fly out over the sea, you are reminded of a vision that you used to have frequently before you joined up with the party here. And for Danielle, this is a throwback. I put this in your original campaign notes, this vision. So I will reiterate the vision. And you have some deja vu. You don't like jump into a vision immediately and like plummet out of the sky or anything. But you recall, I'll read it off. In the dream, Glorpa is far up in the air looking down at the deepest sea, And then she suddenly sees a great tower rising up out of the water as though thrust by the hand of an unimaginable giant. And she knows immediately that this tower has a name, an ancient High Elvish, Barad Enyambar. And Glorpa doesn't know what this means. She knows the first word because she's heard it before. It means tower, because many of the elven towers are Barad something. The tower is made of perfectly smooth gray rock without seams, clearly magical in its nature, and it is impossibly tall, towering over the ocean. In the dream, Glorpa looks around and notices from the top of this tower that there are storms on the horizon in all directions. Black clouds and lightning to the north, dust storms to the east, red skies and earthquakes to the south, an ominous gray iron sky in the west. Only where the tower is at the heart of the sea is there quiet, and then she awakens.
Ooh.
So this is a dream that you used to have like on and off for years.
Okay.
And you just sort of, as you fly out over the sea and are clutching this leaf brooch, you're reminded of that dream. And you're sort of like, I think the sea in question might have been the Evermere. And yeah, that's basically it. You basically spent the rest of your time here sort of bombing around. There's so many ravens right now in their rut, as it were.
You've been getting random Perni mail every now and then.
Yeah.
It's like, Grandpa forgot to un-CC you from his like forward chains.
Always cut off first.
The worst.
I appreciated it.
Yeah, I actually said at one point that you occasionally responded, but because you were in Raven form, it was just like Raven speak. And since Perni doesn't speak with animals, he was just like, oh yeah, birds.
Well, he's still alive. And Raveny. Cool.
That's
Yeah,
a
you
ring.
probably heard like some of the weird planning that they were doing as they're like coordinating their crazy. Tromlin is dressed as a bird and sneaks into the nest, and then when one of the other chicks is about to get fed, Copernicus does a banishment spell on it so that Tromlin
Nice.
can duck in with the puppet beak
Yeah,
and grab
and go
Mom's
flop,
beak
flop,
and
flop,
collect
flop,
the milk vomit.
there was
It
probably a
was
bunch
great.
of times where like just all of a sudden it'd be like 3, 2, 1, now!
Like,
Very
what are they up
distracting.
to? Who knows?
Seems to be going well over there. How much time has passed since, I guess, 3 episodes ago, the last time I was here?
Yeah, it's just a few days.
Like 5
Okay.
days, you said?
Yeah, maybe 5 days total by the time they get back into town.
Man, I just really felt like getting distracted by whatever I was getting
Well,
distracted by.
There was one time where Perni said if you could do a plant growth spell to help. We're trying to start like a rebellious, independent, autonomous
Right.
undercolony of
Oh, right.
Quaggles.
Quaggles.
Yeah,
Maybe
beneath
you've
the
been
city
helping
and
the Quaggles farm.
And we were hoping to get your help boosting them to have their own food sources with the
Ooh.
plant growth. Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah, I imagine that Glorpa might have just gone ahead and done it. Like if
Yeah.
you just heard Perni's voice over the thing
Fun.
saying, "We have a druid friend who could make all kinds of plant growth occur in the sewers, or down the cliff walls that you could harvest to live on." And Glorpa was like, "Sure, voice in my head, I'll do that."
Our friend can make sexy, fuckable potato patches.
Mhm. So
like
so
ancient
round and
potatoes.
plump.
Morning
Oh,
glory
lovely.
holes.
Oh yeah, there is
Cool.
some Lar fan art that we are not going to show the
Oh,
stream
no.
for fear of getting demonetized.
It's very good.
I might draw that. Who knows?
I mean, it's been drawn. I don't know if you saw.
Oh, I did
Lar
not see that.
Oh, we'll have
posted
to
it.
post
Wait,
it
who's it?
Twitter.
in the private.
In a
How
private
many nipples
tweet.
does Glorpa have? Can I
Yeah,
say
there was a
nipples?
significant question about whether Glorpa has nipples or potato eyes.
No.
Anyway, I'll leave the audience to guess in horror.
Be one of
As
those
we-
count the amount of M&Ms in a jar or whatever. If you can guess the
What's-
amount of nipples.
What's that phobia that people have of things like
Oh!
seed pods and
Oh, the tryptophobia?
yeah, or
Yeah.
trypto something phobia? Yeah,
Mhm.
that was like Glorpa's like their nightmare. Okay.
Well, okay.
So we pick up with our heroes.
So we contemplate that for a second.
Yep. We'll leave that with our audience. That's why you come here for the trauma.
Yep. And the trauma one.
Yep.
The trauma and the Tromlin.
Aw.
I think, unless I am greatly mistaken, there's no reason why we can't throw our first poll up.
Ooh.
I don't
First
think
poll
it's
of the night.
an immediate payoff, but there's no reason why we can't get into that. As I just pull up, reminding myself what the poll actually is today.
Turn away the chat.
How will we
Yep.
traumatize Tromlin now? Now that he's been face fucked by bear owls, what's next?
Consensually.
Oh yes, we do need to do this one relatively soon here. So
Oh god.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Good job.
I promise this first poll does not involve Tromlin, but the second one
Tromlin
might.
violated by beholders.
Is Tromlin violated by beholders, Otyugs, shambling mounds?
I'm just imagining that's like a prostate exam, but it's like it's the eye stalk kind of going in.
Beholders make really good proctologists because they
Yeah,
can
right.
they can do an
It's like a
Their
endoscopy,
own
A
colonoscopy.
one lens scuba
organic
mask on his eye.
endoscopy. Yeah,
You just don't want them to sneeze and like do a disintegration ray.
yeah. Make sure you use the right eye. Jesus.
The bad news is we found a lump in your testicles. The good news is if you sneeze, it's not a problem.
That's just everything is gone now.
Also, there's an eye stuck in your body.
Yikes.
It clenched so hard.
Okay, so just a reminder to
Wouldn't
the
be first
audience.
time.
The poll is underway. 10 minutes as usual. You have to vote. Everyone gets one vote for free, but you can vote additional times if you have channel points or bits that you wish to put into your votes. If there's a particular item that you are especially interested in seeing win. And we will be watching, excited to see in what direction this particular poll goes.
Oh god, we're gonna die.
Okay,
That'll
so
be funny.
I will
It's
let
true.
the players know when the poll has completed.
So
All right, so
let's just return to our Mudhollow.
yeah, so you guys have said your goodbyes with Hollis, and you're gathered up here near the marketplace in Ravenfall, kind of deciding what to do next. And you hear a burst of wings, and a raven comes plummeting down out of the mess of other ravens that are up on the platforms and other things in the high spires,
Look at its eyes immediately.
I look at its butt.
looking for red. Yep, there are red eyes because Glorpa once did the red-eyed raven and just keeps forgetting and just using that same form.
I was,
So
like,
you're
trying to not be
immediately like,
like
"Oh
this.
no, red-eyed raven!"
God damn it, Glorba.
Well,
You're killing
God.
me, Smalls.
Glorpa, is that you?
Yes, it is.
Hey,
Hello.
welcome back.
Thanks.
Good to see ya.
I was hanging out with those guys for a bit, but they're kind of kink shamey, so they knocked me out of the sky. So here I am. I've missed you guys. Did you guys get the owlbear milk? Did you figure that out?
Oh god,
Yeah,
that reminds
we
me.
need to
We better get some milk for Trey for the road if we're gonna keep on going here.
Well, remember, I've
yeah.
been working on making formula for him.
Yeah.
So
What is,
I
what
can
is
make-
this?
They're gonna set like a bundle
Oh, is your
against her
baby?
stomach. Like there's like a baby Bjorn with like a little bundle of fluff in it.
Glorpa's never been so happy for another human
Yes.
creature at
Yeah.
all ever in her life.
Every once in a while she'll like give it a little scritch on the head.
I
And then it'll
imagine
make, like,
you
a
have the
horrible
puppet still and
screeching
you're
noise.
using it. Do you have the puppet and you're
Yes.
using it to feed?
Yeah,
so
I
you
have
still got the
you
blood
feed
crafted.
vultures or condor chicks. You got like the owlbear head that I like. Bleh, bleh, bleh.
So yeah, I at night basically make as much formula as I can to keep cool and just here you go, baby.
Right now it's just
Excellent.
mayo and milk.
No, it is milk and beef fat.
Oh, good, right.
Ooh.
Beef fat. So
Wait, did you steal this baby?
We didn't steal him. His mama didn't want him anymore. He's got kind of a
Oh,
busted
okay.
foot.
I
Yeah,
was wondering
we
if
gotta
we were
fix
gonna
him
have
up.
We got him
a
on
mom
sale.
fighting with us.
Yeah.
his mother left him to die in the woods. That means he's
Okay.
ours.
Yeah.
Real clearance baby.
Who knows?
Okay.
I came up with a real good name for him too, though. Tromlin, do you remember that that dessert that you made from down the south, like one of those Alphaletian dishes? That Trey's leches?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Oh.
Trey.
Uh-huh.
Because we gotta feed them on a bunch of different milks.
Yes. Also, as a foundling, I kind of take some issue with the discount baby thing.
I love sales. It's only a positive thing.
Blue light special babies.
Yep.
I mean,
I'm
foundlings.
adopted. I can make those jokes.
That's true. Yeah, fair enough.
Excellent.
Well, what's
Okay.
up next?
Yeah,
Well-
what do you want to do?
We need to get this milk fucking delivered.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Let's hightail it back to Mudhollow.
Because one of the things I would like to do is talk to Benny and see if, or his assistant, figure out exactly how much Ugna owes and what we can do to get this paid off.
So you don't have to do this ever again.
I don't want to be orally violated again.
We also,
I-
though, have to maybe be arrested when we get back to town. Who knows? Unclear.
He hasn't called us back. I want to go back and either start butchering that dragon or cast another spell to delay the decay on it. But mostly deliver this goddamn fucking milk.
We're a little over halfway through the poll, so keep those votes coming.
I think we march for
Yeah.
Mudhollow.
We just head out.
Let's do it.
Is there anything you want to do in Ravenfall before you leave?
You want to say goodbye to your old side piece, Grandpa?
No, given the volatility of the energies in the area, he looks at his shadow. I think it's best if I just stay away for now.
I'm in a hurry to get out of town too because I may have left a note for my dad.
Oh, what?
Hmm.
Ooh, okay.
What
Oh.
kind of note? Should we be hiding?
I'm probably in disguise. Put it this way, I have probably activated my disguise tattoo.
Well, that's a good point. I was going to ask if you've taken any precautions. So, I'm happy to say that you've done that. Then, what's your disguise? Just so everyone else knows.
Well, I can't be any type of saint here because it'll be obvious. I am probably dressed as
Owlbear.
Nope, that's not happening for a long time if I can avoid it. Holy hell, no. Probably like a halfling jester or something, like a street performer with my monkey.
Excellent.
I think I might actually travel invisibly, just because I'm a very known associate and relative of you. So
Yes.
if they might be looking for me, look for you.
I may
actually,
have-
I can free invisibility Ugna too, because
Oh, okay.
I can +1, just because you are very noticeable.
Yeah, and obviously Tromlin's friend.
You
Yeah.
wouldn't know, Tromlin. You wouldn't particularly think or know that your family has any knowledge of your associates necessarily.
Yeah.
Because remember, all you know for sure is that your siblings had become aware of your existence and were trying to kill you, but you
Yes.
certainly hadn't heard of any attempt on Ugna or anybody approaching Ugna. Like, you would assume Ugna would tell you
Yeah.
if someone had.
But we were just
approach
like
her.
making a huge headlines. Like all of us made huge headlines here 5 days ago. Tromlin is now a like folk hero figure in to the Quaggles of Ravenfall. No, not
And
Ravenfall.
if they
Thornhill.
have a decent bounty
Where-
hunter, he's gonna figure shit out.
Oh yeah.
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 So I think the most visibly notorious of us who have recently done things that drew the attention of the authorities in this area were Ugna, you, and me.
So
Bandit, I think,
Glorpa
is
swoops
under the
down
radar.
on like Fetid and some guy.
Yeah, I was thinking
Just
that.
some
I'm already
dude.
probably a little sick of being a raven, so I thought I'd switch into. Is there like any ostrich-like creature that I could switch
Just be
into?
a
I
chocobo.
Oh,
suppose
for sure.
I like
What's
You
that.
that
can
murder
full on be
bird?
an emu or whatever.
What's that
Yeah.
murder
Alright.
bird? That one that like will
Oh
actually.
yeah, the
also-
prehistoric one.
Mhm.
Yeah,
yeah.
Ooh, it's just a dodo.
giant
dodo.
cassowary.
It's
Dodos
like a
are-
megafauna bird, yeah.
Yeah.
Dodos were not murderous, otherwise they'd still exist. They were just like,
Oh,
hey, what's
man.
up, everybody?
Missed the boat on
Elephant
that.
bird, I think.
Elephant bird.
Yeah, terror
Or
birds.
the moa.
Oh.
Or the moa.
Moas.
Yeah,
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds
the
familiar.
moa is the elephant bird, isn't it, or is that a separate one?
Yeah,
think
the
that's another
immediate
name.
Google results suggest it's different, but I would not put any stock in that.
Or the really ancient one, which was the terror bird, which was even bigger.
Poll is almost over, everybody.
So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, that looks great.
when I broke into their house, I may have lost my temper. I may have stolen a bunch of jewelry belonging to my brother and my father's signet ring.
Nice.
And the book of ancestry and sort of things.
Also good.
And I may have angrily left a note that said, sometimes the things we throw away find us.
Ooh.
I mean,
Good line. That's a great threat.
Nappy.
Yeah.
11 out of
And
10.
I may have left that on right by his head, so when he woke up, he saw it.
Cool.
So he knew
I
I could
mean-
have slit his throat.
They've been real jerks to you, so
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
unreasonable.
Given this information, I'd like everybody to make a perception check as you come through town here.
okay. I got 5.
Great.
And I'm
Oh,
going to
no.
give Tromlin advantage on this roll because it's particularly relevant to him, and he's also particularly paranoid about it right now. So Ugna notices that you have a bird strapped to you.
Yes. Yeah. I'm too busy looking after Trey.
I have a 24 for perception.
14.
16.
It was
That
a
is nothing.
17 and a 1, so I'm very glad to have had.
Yeah.
Advantage. Yep. Okay, so Fetid, you will definitely notice as you guys come back into town, and in particular, this is something that is very relevant to your interest. You'll notice the town guard are a lot more vigilant than you remember them when you guys left town. So, or when you came to town before with Sir Godfrey. So you'll notice that as you enter the city, there is of course like guards by the gate. They were before, but they look less bored. And in particular, there's one guardsman amongst them who has a different kind of outfit, different uniform, who's standing guard with them as you enter the city. Tromlin, with your really exceptional roll, you will notice that same guardsman as he's kind of slipping away between the within the group of guards, that he's got your family crest on his sash.
Good.
And you immediately think, okay, there's someone's on the lookout.
Yep, that's my bad dogs.
Good thing that you're just
I mean,
some guy. You're just a dude.
To be fair, like we blew up a betting fix ring headed by like the person who's currently running the city, who
That's
is
true.
trying to make a
Yeah.
secret alliance with the people that you put a death threat next to their bed. So like, I think we've done a lot to kick the hive here,
We
and
should leave.
I mean, if we before we go, we could try to like further like sabotage maybe the fledgling alliance by like did you steal stuff that we could hide in the room of like Garion or someone else, or could we do
Yes.
basically pull a family level what you did to the harpist?
Well,
Like,
yeah.
I will add just a little thing here too, that because of that role, well, actually, no, this is going to be noticeable to everybody. Copernicus, a little monkey wrench. When you decide that you're going to do the invisibility thing coming in here, you turn yourself and Ugna invisible before you enter the city of Ravenfall. As soon as you become invisible, you are replaced by your shadow.
Oh no.
So you are invisible, but there is now a shadow Perni with glowing red eyes,
Oh, good.
obviously taking your place.
That's a problem.
Okay.
So you might
I'm gonna-
want to decide for sure if you want to maintain that.
No,
I
I'm
like
gonna
this new
I'm gonna
Perni. You look
uninvisible.
cool.
That seems more. I might ask Tromlin if he could.
Edgy badass Perni.
I'll invisible Ugna and Trey, and then yeah, maybe I'll just get some makeup did. for
I'll
myself.
do some disguising on my grandfather.
Awesome. Thank you.
So it's my stealth plus
Sure.
But yeah, it's your. I believe I was using largely either Dex or Int, and then your proficiency bonus. In this case, we'll say Int. You're disguising somebody else.
Okay. So that's +1 plus proficiency bonus, which is what? I forget.
Which is 3, so total of +4.
All right. Here's hoping I do better than just like drawing a Groucho Marx grease paint mustache on you.
That might be enough.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't look good.
No, it's great.
Oh wow,
Hey!
nice.
I
Nice.
see the 8.
You are
No.
Groucho Marx.
I know the
20.
light was showing up the 8, and I was like, why is an 8 especially? I
No,
don't understand.
It's 20.
Wasted
It's
20.
my favorite
Woo!
I-
number.
I don't think it's wasted this time.
No, I don't think so.
No,
Yeah,
that's pretty important.
That's just a solid 20.
That is as good as a combat 20, honestly, at this point.
So when Glorpa discovered the group, then it was Fetid that Glorpa spotted, and then like a couple of people with Fetid.
I go for my nose first, so.
But when you went down there and were like, "Hey, Fetid,"
heard us.
the others sort of, I'm sure, kind of were like, "Hey, it's me."
Who are your new friends?
She probably also recognized my familiar, my little spectre
If you've
monkey.
got him out,
If
you've got him out and about.
Yep.
This random dude randomly has Tromlin's monkey.
For
are the
flavor's
odds?
sake, what am I disguised as?
I would probably try to make you as unnoticeable as possible, so probably just like a typical beggar.
Yeah, probably just dress down the heavy cloak and wrap around you, and then just kind of
Maybe do some like leper bandages
Add a-
across your face.
For the poor.
Yeah.
Alms
Add a
for the
beard.
poor.
excellent.
Cool.
I'll probably rub some charcoal on you to get rid of some scent as well, just in case.
Every once in
so,
a while, there's an invisible like from nowhere as the owlbear complains.
Yeah, there's like an invisible person with an owlbear chick strapped to them, as Glorpa immediately realizes from the sound.
I think that we need to get out of this town immediately.
Do we want to fuck with them before we go? I just say this.
Yes.
It's responsible.
Yes.
It's
Let's do
responsible
it.
because it's our last chance to do it, and this is just good planning. So I think it's the right thing to do.
I do, but I feel like we've pushed our luck a lot.
But what
What's
is
luck?
luck for if not pushing?
That's better.
God
spoken.
damn it! Oh, I need to roll my god for the day, don't I?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, it is
That'll
a new
affect your
day.
decision, I'm
Let's
sure.
find out who.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
decide.
something with mischief.
Yeah. It'll be Loki again.
Yeah.
12.
Just pulling up the list. 12 on the D30 gives you Garl Glittergold,
Oh
gnomish-
no!
the gnomish god of luck, protection, and trickery.
Yes, we gotta do it.
God damn it!
Yes.
This
You're
is
so on board.
Lame.
He is widely revered as a face spirit, and his symbol is a simple gold nugget. But I will remind you that in our setting, gnomes are like Norse gnomes. They're tiny. They're like a foot tall.
Okay, in that case, I'm probably not a halfling. I'm probably a gnome for the
good.
day because
I don't think you can go that
can
far
do a
with your
foot
magic
tall.
tattoo because
Yeah.
that's like an enormous size difference.
Did you just freeze
okay,
like
never
that?
mind then. Fine. I'm still a halfling then, but yes, come on, well, Carl
Blaine,
would like that.
Are there any like interesting pranks on my bucket list? Like just particular pranks or scams that we decided, oh, we'd like to try doing, you know, the they call it the Ravenfall switcheroo. Like, is there anything like that on the list?
There's probably
We've
stuff
tried
like that on the list. I don't know if there's anything specific to this kind of a scenario.
Okay.
Like what exactly are you looking to do with your
Well, I didn't have anything in mind, and that's why I was
your
wondering
fuck with them?
if I could like kind of backdoor in a quest here that would fit with our current mission of sowing some discord between the fledgling allies.
So the goal is specifically to
I would like to slow down the amount the Baltreys trust the Lingarians and vice versa. So if one of them were, say, discovered missing documents or that sensitive information that one has about the other had gotten out, if Tromlin could impersonate one of them, passing information. I'm just thinking like something like that.
Start some
Yeah, I
fights
think
between their
probably.
guards.
Yeah, probably not on the bucket list because it's pretty specific.
Okay.
But any of those kind of options would be doable.
Okay.
Because I mean, you do know the main thing here is that there is a working together here of the Langarians and the Baltreys. You also know, well, actually, I don't know if you do. Tromlin knows from reading his family genealogy book last time that the Baltreys are related to the Langarians,
Right.
specifically the Langarians of Riverbend, but that is a branch of the Langarian family. And you imagine it's likely, given the sort of power grubbing that your father, you've come to know, is into, that that's probably a part of what they're doing here. Is he's probably playing up that proximity to get in with the Baron. A bird.
Fine, let's frame somebody.
All right, so the way I see it, like option one would be, I think we can't use the stuff you already stole because they'll know that it was you, like that's already been attached to that crime you did. But we could try and steal something else and plant it, or if we want to try and get information and then like leak it as one of the people in the alliance, that could be good too. Or maybe like if for any reason the Baltreys didn't report their break-in or like their potential information breach to the Langarians, and the Langarians just find out that like it was hidden from them, that they got jacked, and there's someone, you know, going after sensitive information. That could be a thing to like spring. What are we thinking?
Well, see, I was going with 2 birds, 1 stone, and plant stolen things on your former side piece's boyfriend.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Sorry.
he will probably be forgiven because of his station.
Yeah, I think we need to make the Baltreys be not trusted, because the Langarian probably needs the Baltreys less than the Baltreys need the Langarians.
That is accurate.
So we want the Langarians not to trust the Baltreys.
So, steal from and frame my family?
Yeah, or what if we somehow frame them for the leak regarding the fixed fight? Because Langarian's already really pissed about that. And like, even if we just if we can make it look like I got my tip or whoever got their tip that blew it open from the leak was in the Baltreys, that could be
Okay.
interesting.
My problem with this,
Yeah.
Granddad, as a rogue, is the more you stretch a lie, the more tears begin to show. So if you start encompassing more and more people, it's very hard to fake a conspiracy. So that's just way too
You
much
just
risk.
want to steal things, don't you?
No, actually, I want to get the fuck out of town. But
All right.
I already stole things.
Fair. Okay, well then we can plant either plant the stolen stuff on the Langarians or steal something of the Langarians, perhaps under the auspices of me visiting for a quick goodbye, and see how it goes.
If you wish. It just seems like this is a lot of risk.
It is definitely a lot of risk.
Part of me just wants to stab that guy in an alleyway and be done with it, but you know, that's not very finessed.
Which guy? You
The
specifically
guy who works for my family. Here's the prank,
the guard.
murder.
The prank
I'm a
is
lot of fun.
you
Just
thought
like-
all your organs did not have perforations in them, but now they have many.
But you were wrong.
Surprise.
Haha. So you want to sort of
Oh,
fill
shank!
me in here?
Shank is the word I was thinking of, not prank.
Similar, easy to mix up. So you want to try and you want to explain specifics, or you want to
I'm
I've
trying to
do some information gathering first?
I'm still thinking it through.
I think we should do information gathering to make sure this is even viable. Because if they're all on alert, it might be a situation where it's just not worth the risk. Especially since we have to get this done, return this milk to get Ugna's debt lessened.
Oh. Can we? This should be easy enough to do, especially if, like, anyone, Tromlin, if you've got Thieves Guild contacts or someone that you can get in touch with. If we can find out who Langarian's, like, notable enemies are, maybe just having you get spotted by someone, you disguised as one of the Baltreys, talking to that person in, like, a back alley kind of way. All we need is just a visual of that, and we get out of town. We're not particularly exposed. So I should be pitching this in character, but I'm in planning mode. I keep forgetting.
Yeah,
I will attempt to gather information then. I'm sure I have access to the
Sure,
guild.
yeah, you have, in fact, your friends in low places. When you got back into town here, it was like, getting on later in the day. Since it, when you made the trip out, you left like in the morning, and it was later in the morning, and it was a 2-day trip out there. But then you did a whole bunch of stuff dealing with owlbears. So coming back, you would be arriving like late afternoon / early evening. So you can easily decide you're going to spend the night or something, or slip out in the night, and then take this evening here to do a little bit of snooping around. So you go and you check in with some of the people in the Thieves Guild that you know. Now keep in mind that doing this is going to require you to reveal yourself as Tromlin, but only to people that you know.
Yeah.
So they are Thieves Guild people, so there's a question as to how far you can trust them, but at least you can, you can at least do a little bit of, risk reward.
The other thing, okay, let me pitch this in character. I'm gonna try to be a better role player here, but what if you went to your most incompetent friend as Lord Baltrey, paid them using the riches that only Lord Baltrey has, and that is known to have, to do something that they are sure to fail at in an attempt to sabotage the Langarians. And when your incompetent friend is inevitably caught, they will eventually spill the beans that they were hired by the Baltreys, paid with observable Baltrey riches and coin, and we just leave that fuse lit as we run out of town. You never even have to show your face.
That's assuming I can make a disguise good enough to look like one of them.
I know my grand nugget, and I know you can do it.
Do I know any particularly incompetent ne'er-do-wells?
Oh, of course. Yeah, like for sure. You specifically, you have the friends in low places, which means you know a bunch of the like low-end Thieves Guild schmucks, and there's got to be some like incompetent morons amongst them.
Or I have a counter offer. They have one of their men looking for me, correct?
You know of when you came through the gate, there was at least one member of your father's guard among the city guards at the gate. Chances are good that they might have several people like that around the city.
But it would look bad to my father's family if one of their men was caught embarrassed. Correct?
Yeah.
Like, say he was found drunk in one of the ruling family's stables with an animal that was also drunk.
That would look bad. That would certainly look bad.
And therefore humiliating my father before her royalness.
If the goal is to humiliate him, that's definitely some.
Because then that would also, I assume, damage their connection a little bit at least.
I think trust is the deeper and longer lasting blow.
Okay.
I think embarrassment fades, but it is you're the one who's putting yourself out there. So this is your
I will remind you, Randy, that you stole a signet of your father's.
Right.
Oh.
I did. Intentionally.
So if you wish to plant some sort of document on this drunken fool, you have some options.
Can I attempt to forge something?
You sure can.
What would that be? Deception?
Let me have a look here at appropriate options. So this is going to be like a tool use kind of a thing.
And I have a forgery kit.
That's what I was looking for. You have a forgery kit. So this is going to be a forging. So go ahead and make me, this is going to be int based, I'm afraid. But int plus your proficiency bonus. So make me a roll with that. So you got +4.
Can I assist?
You can. And in fact, that's what I was going to suggest. You have all of the scribe deal going on as a scholar with a bunch of feats in that direction. So
I have a scholar's pack, ink, books, parchment, pens.
But
yeah, so this is going to give you advantage on the roll, Randy.
Well, I was going to say, like, I was about to cast a spell on myself, enhance ability, but I think that is the same thing, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it does the same thing, but let's take that into account. I'm going to potentially just give you a plus to the. You know what? I'm just going to give you a +3 on the roll too.
And just a little flavor note here. Can I, for the ink that we use, I just feel like Barb wants to be in on this. I feel like we're protecting Tromlin, we're doing mischief, we're doing a prank.
Oh.
So I'm going to just take the tiniest little bit of her ashes and use it in the ink. She's in on this mission. This feels like something she should be a part of.
And I will make sure also to put my holy symbol of glitter gold to watch.
Yep.
And
Pull
say
out a gold
prayer.
nugget.
Yeah.
Set it nearby.
And say a prayer to him as I do this. So
Excellent.
this is +4 total then.
Nope, +7 total because I gave you a +3 on top of it.
Okay, great. That's better. Let's see.
And advantage.
Moving that 1 over there because fuck you in the face.
Hooray for advantage.
22.
22 is a very, very good.
Those pluses helped. Thank you.
So you write this you manage to write this. Basically what that means is that this is going to be plausibly in your father's hand based on the various documents and genealogy notes that you've stolen that you can use for comparison, and then you can put your father's signet and make his sign at the bottom.
The goal is I am telling this servant, like, use the auspices of the heightened security as a chance to get into her royal I can't remember the woman's name. I'm so sorry. I'm bad at NPC names.
I think not a Nightshade. I think we should go for Langarian. Like we want this to
get into the Langarians, just in case you can find something that may be beneficial for future quote unquote negotiations.
All right, hang on. So now you lost me here. I thought you were going to kidnap the Baltrey's guard, leave him drunk in a stable somewhere with this document on him.
Yes, that's the plan. Yeah, I mixed it up. So basically, in the document says basically.
I see. The document says try and get it. Gotcha.
Yes, find something incriminating that basically we can use in future quote unquote negotiations, so we can finally get the upper hand on those stuffed shirts.
Yeah,
excellent.
Like play up the disdain.
Good.
Or how we're obviously better than them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know that this will help at all, but I have an awful lot of like love potion-y things. Would you like me to come along with you when you find
Yes, absolutely.
Very good.
He is going to
do
something inappropriate to a donkey.
I blame you, Lane.
Let's redo
for a while.
Let's redo that whole scene from Black Mirror with the pig. Let's not. That's actually really upsetting. That's a really upsetting episode.
That was a really tough episode.
I walked out of the room for that one. I was like, nope, we are.
So
this is not okay.
So Glorpa's going to throw together some of the love filters, which I believe I mentioned to you in your description there, Danielle, that they make the recipient horny, not so much like actually, emotionally fall in love with somebody, which honestly is probably more in line with what you want to achieve.
They're just like Viagra potions.
Yep. And you can slip one into the manger, and you can slip one to the guard's drink.
I can't wait to figure out which animal you pick for
There are so many moral questions about what we're doing.
Not even questions. This is definitely wrong.
We are not the heroes. We are definitely trash heroes.
Yeah,
definitely trash.
Well, that's why you've got to slip the potion into both of them, so that at least the sheep or whatever is consenting.
Yeah.
It's gotta be a pig because a pig can take more.
Oh, that's thoughtful. To the pig, at least.
Yeah.
Someone roll animal handling.
I've got a +4.
Sure. You roll animal handling to see if you have the knowledge that the pig would be more appropriate. than the sheep.
17.
Sure. Yeah. You're like, no. Trollman's like, trust me, I know.
Oh God! Oh
Sheep are
God!
too delicate. Don't go there.
I met a hog tar once, and things got weird. Okay.
Do we want to still have you at some point impersonate Lord Baltrey to present the document so that when he's questioned, it's not like, I don't know where it came from and he's telling the truth. Like, he won't be able to lie, and that'll make it harder to untangle what happened. I feel like otherwise it'll look a little bit planted, because like he'll be honestly, or whoever we plans on is
You
going
could
to be
also just
honestly
get him
saying,
really drunk, and then if he's like, I don't remember, it could be like, yes, you were very drunk that night.
You could also do both, sort of. You could get him drunk and then impersonate, and then the thing about impersonation, if the target is drunk, it's much more likely to take, right? Because he's gonna be like, I definitely remember Lord Baltrey giving me this, even if it was like someone in a bad rubber Lord Baltrey mask.
Just a puppet.
You can roll whatever you want, Randy.
Mask.
And of course, you have the tattoo of disguise, so you can go far beyond bad Lord Baltrey mask. Sure. So you use your thief contacts to find out when you can get this guy alone somewhere. You find out that he goes to a particular, in fact, all the guards from your Lord Baltrey's household have been going to the same sort of local pub to drink, and your contacts let you know when that particular guard is coming and going. And so you're able to sort of follow him. You have some ridiculous stealth going for you right now. What with your elven cloak and your grandpa being made of shadow.
Yes.
And well, the elven cloak gives you advantage on your stealth rolls, so you got like +9 and advantage.
Should I roll that real quick?
I can straight make you invisible if you want it.
Yeah, I'm just, you don't need to roll nothing. You guys are like ridiculously good at sneaking up on this guy.
Poor bastard. We're to ruin his life.
And you can take whatever tactic you want. You can like come into the bar and like socially manipulate him, get him to buy him drinks, whatever. Or you can like, jump him and, or whatever.
I would rather manipulate. I think I'd rather, like, he's going to have a hard enough time as it is, getting his ass kicked and then all this happening. That just seems mean. It's all mean.
You can easily, between the group of you, get him quite drunk. In fact, I do believe one of Glorpa's potions is just a straight up extra potent booze type.
Yep.
God, we're getting some absinthe.
Even if he's resistant too.
Yeah, it's just a booze that makes you get you drunk even if you're resistant. So with Glorpa's chemical assistance and Tromlin's...
Are we the baddies?
We're the baddies. We're definitely the baddies.
The stream is called Trash Heroes.
Oh no.
You basically disguise yourself as sort of a random person and buy some drinks anonymously for that particular guard, and you pull a switch with Glorpa's like super hard liquor potion. He gets quite shit-faced quite fast, and when he's leaving, you do you basically know where to intercept him, sneak out of an alley, and appear as Lord Baltrey, and demand that he stand to attention, and then hand him the scroll with the instructions to deliver it to someone in particular. You can easily get names from your of the other guards from your contacts when you figured out who you were going to target. I'm sure because it's Tromlin that you asked your Thieves Guild contacts to like give you the shittiest guy among the guard to target, because that does kind of seem your MO.
Like, who's a real asshole? Like,
yes.
who put spit in a beggar's cup?
Yeah.
That motherfucker.
If we're gonna mess up this guy's life, let's make sure he deserves it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll
Which
tell
of the
you that.
guys-
They'll tell you
which
this
of the
particular
guys-
guard is like is the one who went around and roughed up all the homeless that were
Oh.
around when they
Ooh.
when they set up their local when they got ready for the Lord Baltrey to show up at the manor. They had to kind of clear the area a bit. It's the guy who kind of led that charge.
Yeah.
So he's not necessarily being punished for the right thing, but he should be punished.
Yeah.
Ergo,
It's-
fuck him.
It's
Yeah.
net justice.
We're putting the hero back in the trash, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
We
little bit
are-
of, little dash, a lot of trash, little hero.
Little hero. Just a little bit.
Welcome
And-
to the we're justifying it game.
Go ahead and make me a persuasion roll for how well you play up. Actually, deception's probably more appropriate, but I think you got similar
Oh.
numbers.
My plus 10 for deception. Yeah, it's the exact same number.
Yeah. And I will roll insight, and I will give him disadvantage because he's drunk.
He's gonna be the 29.
Well, he rolled a 17, and he's got some kind of bonus, but it doesn't matter because the disadvantage gave him a 4. So that'll be a failure. He snaps to attention, such as he is capable of doing so, and wavers on the spot, trying to stand still, all like wide-eyed at the fact that his boss just randomly popped out of an alleyway at him. He slobbers all over himself as he tries desperately to assure you that he 100% is not at all drunk and will get this job done, no problems. I will deliver this.
I have total faith in you.
Yeah, his name is Cedric.
Cedric.
Sorry, not sorry,
Should I
Cedric.
I will lead him towards there. Do I give him the love filter before he gets in? And by the way,
Yeah, by the way, I'd
yeah.
like to give him the love potion and the other one the alluring filter. I think that would be more.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, there you go.
if you can do the alluring filter on a sow, I'll give
Yes.
him.
Perfect.
And I was like, I know I hate to break you for an evening, but as a thank you, have this
Give him
fine wine.
Another little drink. And he drinks it. I'll make
And
his
I am
saving
out
throw.
of here before it is my turn to get.
Saving throw 5. Yeah, and yeah, you get out of there. And in fact, sure, you send him on his way. So was the idea to get him? What's the plan to get him into this barn? Or are you telling him that's where he's meeting this person to deliver the
That's
message?
what. Yeah, I would
Oh, okay.
go into the barn in secret,
We're
deliver
gonna
this.
play some Barry White and just let things take its course.
Yep.
Ask the pig to see its etchings.
I'm just gonna throw a little bit of actually, you know what? You guys are all about to end this adventure and get another hero point, and Glorpa has never spent hers because she's been
Ooh.
sitting. So how about if you throw that hero point on this little story, I'm going to say when you went to your contacts to find out if there was a real jackass that you could put in this position, you found that one of the guards who did this, they call him, his nickname is Cedric Piggery.
Oh no!
And that's why you decided this was a particularly good setup.
I am dreading the Lar art.
Oh god. Oh god.
I think this is the one session that Lar can't make because of
He-
scheduling thing, and that's a
Yeah.
blessing.
So we're
That
safe.
is a
We're safe.
Phew.
Whew.
thank.
All the
Thank you, Lord Glittergold. Thank you.
That's the actual
Okay.
effect of your god on this. Is the lucky?
Yes.
Luckily, Lar wasn't. Someone's gonna tell him.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
Yep.
I also
no.
need
So-
to draw Larg Glitter Gold now.
so you chose this setup because of the target that you picked. And so you put him in a position where his natural inclinations are likely to take place. But you make sure that there's like another bottle of Glorpa's booze in the barn so that he's going to pass out, and you just let nature take its course, or unnatural take its course. However, I don't know how that goes.
I'm glad this isn't like a Greek myth, because this would end real worse.
Oh yeah.
No, this would definitely end with a new kind of like, the satyr's cousin. It was made because invented by this strange union between a horny god and a random goose. Like that's
Good. Yep.
That's how mythological creatures get made.
It's like a satyr, but it's just a pig on the bottom. It's really uncomfortable.
Is that just basically Porky Pig with horns?
Basically.
Yeah.
Porky Pig as a satyr.
Yeah.
That's far more wholesome for Lara to draw. And just to put a cherry on top, I'll say that you, in order to kind of make this all pay off for sure, you send an anonymous tip to Langarian's guards that some conspiratorial meeting to his detriment is taking place at this barn, so that they will come and find him drunkenly spooning a pig or something.
I was going to say porking, but sure.
Well, hopefully, for the sake of those guards, hopefully they come after.
Riding bareback bacon.
If this world has a hell, all of our characters are going to it. All of them.
I have good news on that front. This world has many hells, and I've seen them all.
Good news, everyone!
I've discovered a new level of hell.
And so you've already put the word out with your Thieves Guild guys to put that bug in Langarian soldier's ear. And so you're later in that night, you've all sort of settled down to like rest so that you can head out in the morning. Tromlin, you're kind of, I don't know if all the group is there, but some of you are like watching the barn and making sure that you see the guards coming, and you're like, yep, excellent, this is great. And you turn to leave, and in a dark alley that you're sort of hiding in, watching this. And who all's there? Are you all gonna sort of be standing by to execute?
I think we light the fuse and get the hell out of town.
Oh, Glorpa's right up next to the open slat. Is that okay?
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah, Glorpa's like peering through the barn.
Once you call me, I'll come.
Wait,
but
are you still a giant ostrich? Because
yes.
There's an ostrich in the barnyard.
Good.
Or an emu. Probably an emu. People raise emus more often than.
Yeah, I like to think that I spat out
Yeah.
the filter actually.
Bleh.
Fed it to the pig.
This is a nightmare.
Good. Ugna is close enough that if you guys get into trouble, she can come in and help, but far enough away that if the owlbear screeches, she's not like right there.
Not gonna
I'm just
give the game
imagining
up.
an emu running out of the darkness. You
God.
watch the scene.
That's
You just, like,
terrifying.
that guy fucked a pig. Turn around. Retire that night. Like, turn in your badge, your nightstick.
Emus are basically cryptids. They don't move like real animals.
Yeah, that's true.
And so as you're sort of like going, all right, we can see the setup is playing off, we should get out of here, and you're sort of trying to get Glorpa's attention. Maybe Perni's writing in the book, going, time to go.
Yeah.
Show's over.
Not over yet.
Perni, your shadow will hiss in fright and disappear.
When what happens specifically?
Something that your shadow noticed from behind
Okay.
you.
Oh,
I'm going
shit.
to.
If you're a side piece here.
Oh, no, you're probably exactly right. I'm going to turn around and just like very quietly and good evening.
And in fact, Nightshade is standing in the alley behind you.
Yeah.
Shit.
Alone, just wrapped in her black shawls.
Mm-hmm.
At her full like 7 feet or whatever she is.
What brings you down from your tower tonight, my dear? I'm going to try and look as not surprised as I possibly can, even though I am probably shitting bricks.
Yep. She smiles at you and reaches out one pale hand to just sort of like put a finger under your chin and kind of cock your head up to meet her eyes.
And bitch slaps the fuck out
The rest of you will notice the bucket at Copernicus's side is like glowing red.
I might
And
actually just pass
the
it to
fabric-
Tromlin for a second.
Let me grab
I'm not like Perni's intention is not to engage or encourage or rekindle anything, but diplomacy is going to be our cloak as we leave. So just want to make sure that cloak is not in tatters.
Oh shit, Lars here.
Oh no! Oh no,
Don't tell him.
Lar.
Don't tell him.
Don't tell him.
Oh no. Oh no.
Don't get him up to speed.
Oh, they're already
Oh
filling
shit,
it.
they're
Of course they are.
We're never gonna lift down Cedric
Oh.
Diggory.
Narcs.
You even got the name right. Cedric Piggery.
Hold
Excellent.
on.
Good.
I'm very proud of that off the top of my head.
Yeah, you should be. That was pretty well done.
So Tromlin takes the bucket with like a you've got like leather
You love your
hot
Lar.
mitts for taking like
Pans off the
cast
fire.
iron pans out of the fire, and like grab the handle of the bucket, and there's like steam coming off of it as it's red, and you're sort of like hightail it a little ways away.
I just
Just a
realized
moment,
how
Peter.
mean that sounded. That was like, oh shit, Lars here. I'm sorry, Lar. It's not bad.
Aw.
It's okay, Lar. There was
Yay,
We
Lars,
did some
yeah.
really
We love
gross
you.
things that we were worried you would draw, and then we were relieved for a minute that like the 1 hour that we did like the grossest things we've done was the hour that you weren't here to draw them. But now everyone's gonna tell you what happened.
No, we
You'll have
brought
all the
full
fodder
attention
you
to it.
you may need.
We put the trash into the trash heroes tonight. It's whew, spicy.
there's some serious the trash heroes balance is heavy on the trash right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you hustle it out of there with Grandma a little ways away. You immediately, your mind is filled with like spectral hissing and snarling, and you're like, as Nightshade smiles at you and says, dear Copernicus. I wished to. I see that you are leaving soon. She sort of glances in the direction of the bar.
Yeah.
Yes, that's my calling card. The drunk guard spooning a pig. We know Copernicus was here.
And he's about to leave.
She says, I have been thinking about you since I saw you were back in my city. And I suddenly became aware that dark portents that I have been foreseeing in recent months.
They were just feeding each other like owlbears. Sorry, it was very cute.
They're waiting for Randy to come in there with a puppet.
Yeah.
Nope.
You've stopped now because my hand's too close.
They're like, what's going on? Why are you looking at us? She says, I realized that these portents involve you. There are dark powers rising in the world. A dark power far to the west.
Sorry, someone put dark pork tents in the chat.
That's why I was trying not to laugh.
This is such a good monologue, and I don't want to laugh in the
Oh,
middle of it.
boy.
So just let me get the giggles.
Nope. It's all good. No, that's how she knows you're here. It was the
That's
dark
good.
pork tents.
Tents, yeah.
But now it's reminding her of the dark
Pork
portents.
tents. Okay, cool. All
Good,
right.
good.
And scene.
A dark power rising to the east or to the west. And I had never considered the powers of the east being involved until I saw you. But now I am certain it is something involving the eternal Lord of Darkness. Shukek-Za is connected in some way with the dark power that rises.
Who is that? Never heard of him.
She continues as though you had not spoke.
Fair.
And looks
best
kind
I
of
talked.
pointedly in the direction that your shadow fled
Yeah, I
and says,
picked up on that.
you will be drawn into these matters. Dear sweet Copernicus. And she kind of gives you a little pat on the head because you're like so much shorter than her. And like everybody else is now kind of like, especially I'm sure Tromlin is sort of going like, interesting. Just thinking about the mechanics. Um, and
Mine's more like a mountain.
and
Oh,
she
the
says,
tree.
"I felt before you left my realm," and there's a little kind of cold point on that statement, that it would be best if you were warned. Your dalliance has been greatly amusing over the centuries, but it may soon come home to you. A debt may have to be paid.
Am I supposed to know what that means? I'm not saying that out loud. I'm wondering. I'm asking you, Lane. Do I have an idea of what she means by that?
I mean, that's a very good question. It has been a standing question, the extent to which Copernicus understands his situation.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not sure if he does.
Yeah. Okay.
I leave that to you.
Yeah, I'm not even sure I know fully what the name that she said is obviously one that I've heard of, but I'm not 100% sure I understand my relationship to that name.
Yeah, exactly. She seems to be presuming that you have some understanding. And she'll say, like, basically her warning given, she sort of like casts a glance at the rest of you with like a half nod of like, carry on,
Whatever
and
it is
she
you're doing.
just turns and vanishes into the mist.
I think that was good
Misty
news.
Step on a much bigger scale.
Cause for optimism. Everything's looking up. Let's go.
Yeah, everything seems to be great.
We should probably go
Assuming no one has
fast,
questions.
right?
No one has questions. No one has questions. Perfect.
Let's go real fast. I'll just like pick you up
Yeah.
under one arm.
I'll hang with the owlbear.
Yep.
Oh.
Bjorn buddies.
Yeah, I mean, so Perni says, and no questions, right? Let's go, and you can carry on in character.
I think let's just run.
Yeah, I think that's right.
We're just
Yeah, let's get going.
heading for the
Chop,
gates.
chop.
Boom.
As you're doing so, you can actually hear the tromp of some of the city guard heading in this direction towards the barn. Clearly, your tip off is bearing some fruit, so you get out of the vicinity. There's no sign of Copernicus's shadow. You've got the light being thrown by the glowing red bucket and Tromlin's like little hooded thieves lantern. But there's just Copernicus just doesn't cast a shadow right now. As you all sort of like run off, the bucket is still sizzling and you can still hear like infernal curses in your mind. Yeah,
They are having
whatever the infernal version of this is happening.
I will take the bucket back.
Oh yes,
as we exit the city.
I will wave to Granddad's hot former lover as we leave. Bye. Nice meeting you.
I swear she's dead to me. She may literally be dead. I don't know how it works.
As we like turn, I turn to Nightshade. You do have a beautiful city. Thank you so much for having us. Goodbye.
And then we just run.
As she vanishes into the mist. Yep.
Nope.
And then you bolt. Clearly, if she has any idea what you were just up to, she doesn't care at all.
Oh yeah. The fact that I think that she could explain what is going on there or guess that we had something to do with it, but I think she likes seeing it play out. So
yeah,
obviously does not give two shits about mortal affairs.
No.
Yeah. And so, what's the plan? Are you heading out of the city this night?
Yeah, I
Not
think
even
so.
gonna try staying
that? Yeah, probably.
I think put some distance between
You
us
certainly
and
can.
this mess.
Just as part of the hero point expenditure, I'll facilitate. Obviously the city gate is closed, but you like throw a bribe through your Thieves Guild contact at someone who has a smuggler's den set up with like a tunnel dug under the wall to like some rocks. Gets you the hell out of the
I want to
place.
do as we're about to leave. Shit.
What's that?
If you need, if being invisible and flying would help, I'll give you all the powers I have.
No. I want to see if I can teach the street urchins a song about Cedric the pig boy.
Oh no!
Yes.
Make up a dirty limerick and make sure my family's
Hell
house is
yeah.
tied to it.
Oh yeah. Make sure that Baltrey is
yeah.
one of the rhyme words. Baltrey has to be a rhyme word so that it can't
Yes.
get replaced.
Mm-hmm.
You need to just give yourself a job, Peter. I feel like you're the rhymist.
Yep.
I'm already trying to work
Peter.
on it. Yeah.
Quick, Peter, you're the comedy songwriter.
All right. Let me see what I got. I'm not doing it on the spot,
Baltrey.
but I'll.
Hickory
Baltrey.
dickory
I'm
dock.
kidding.
Oh, good.
But because a hero point was spent, I'm going to suggest to make that nice and quick and not impede your escape, that you like thrown some a planned lyric together with a melody. Obviously, Tromlin having all the performance skills, and you leave it with Fetid hands it off to his Quaggle buddies and says, "Hey, can you spread this around? Get all the street urchins singing this song."
First, I have to explain what a meme is to them, but then they get the hang of it.
First, you have to invent the concept of meme in this world, and then
Yeah. It's like a magical sprite that lives in your brain and makes you laugh at things that aren't funny.
Great definition.
Excellent. Yeah. So no problem. You leave a little ditty with the local Quaggles to spread around and increase the humiliation of the Baltreys. And then you get the heck out of Dodge. So yeah, you heading out in the night, you start off traveling in the dark. And you're going to be traveling around the where am I here? I am going to switch maps.
Do we want
Alina,
a map?
Yeah, if
I
you
can
don't mind, if you would be so
some
kind
map going here.
as to pull a Z map.
The map is live.
So as you know, quickly within a few hours of leaving the city, you come to the high stone bridge, which was rebuilt of quite high craftsmanship level with magic stone shaping and woodcraft by your good friend Sir Godfrey. There's no sign of the trolls lurking around, probably either off hunting or bedded down for the night. So you quickly make your way across and hustle on out. Now you guys don't have, well, actually, this is a good point. Do you want to expedite your transit in some fashion? Because, you know, with various kinds of thievery or with purchasing, because you certainly recently came into quite a lot of money in the form of a bag full of your brother's jewelry. Do you want to horse it up here and expedite your journey?
Real quick question. What was the name of the family that we just whose pig farm we just desecrated? I forgot.
The Langarians?
I don't think I gave them a name. You just picked a random.
The Langarian though, like the Langarians.
Oh, you wanted it to actually be like pigs belonging to the Baron? Sure.
That's what I thought we were doing.
Sure.
I actually wrote the limerick.
Oh, no. Good.
I'm working on my last line, but all right.
We can have several verses.
We got to workshop it. We need a couple versions to workshop.
Cedric worked for Baltrey, but he didn't love poultry. He only rose for swine. He split Langarian's hog like a rotted log after he drank all the Lord's wine.
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
That's quick.
Wonderful.
Here's I'm improvising a last line here, but I've got there once was a pig boy named Cedric who had such desires eccentric. He worked for the Baltreys, but then on the low-key, he buggered the Baron's pig shit.
Honestly, teach the children both.
Can we give them both an inspiration?
I mean, you want some variety.
Those were
give them
fast.
both and encourage them to come up with their own. Make it a contest.
We are planting the seeds for the garden to grow.
Exactly.
I thought the guard was planting the seeds for the.
That's true.
Let's hope nothing grows.
For the sow.
For the sow. For the sow. Oh my god.
Oh no.
I mean, this is how there's so many, like, you know, it's fey-blooded humans and infernal-blooded humans, and
Look,
because
there's
they're
magic
all,
spells.
you know, now there's just going to be some pig-blooded ones.
Lane, can we give them both an inspiration? Those were amazing.
I think that is highly appropriate.
Good.
Thank you. We are
Okay,
awful
so
people.
pulling up the map here, the Shadow Coast. Actually, do you want to nudge it slightly to the side so we've got the far left edge visible?
That is as far as it goes.
Oh, it doesn't go any further.
No.
That's interesting. Okay, we gotta figure out how to do that on OBS.
Oh, we got one from a Twin Spirit Trickster. Though he loved a poultry flavor, this short hung Baltrey had a piggy's
the
favor.
piggy's favor.
Oh, boy.
Good.
The short hung Baltrey. I like that quite a bit.
Mhm.
Yeah, every tavern competing for the best Cedric Limerick. Everyone working on rhymes for Baltrey. So, did you want to? Did you guys want to just throw in a story element here since a hero point was spent? That you drop some jewelry with your local thieves guild buddies and buy some horses.
I mean,
'Cause you
I
don't
have
even-
that jewelry I stole.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. You've got
Absolutely.
some excess money to throw around.
Absolutely.
So even if you were to grab, like, say, 2 horses, Tromlin, Fetid, and Copernicus are all smaller people that can double up on a horse quite easily, and Glorpa can, of course, fly.
Right.
A draft horse for Ugna would be
Yeah,
the
I need a
best,
big
probably.
horse.
You got a big old Clydesdale for Ugna.
Yeah.
And
Ugna's getting a horse and an owlbear within an adventure.
There's
You
gotta
get,
be. There's big people. There's got to be like a giant bred horse that's like
Oh, for
even
sure.
bigger than a Clydesdale.
Like,
It's got like
yeah.
tusks. It's a riding boar.
No, around here you get a big draft horse. This is
Yeah.
good enough for you. Like, you're not looking for like winning races here. You just
No,
want to
I just need a big horse.
speed things up.
I
He's
can
also
do a
tuck your
phantom.
knees
I can do a
up.
phantom steed actually, which I
Oh,
think
that's
they're
true.
super fast and they're pretty strong. I think their carrying capacity.
There's also dire boars.
That's true.
Not something you would quickly be able to pick up in.
I don't think I can look at a pig in the face
Ravenfall.
ever again, though.
Yeah, you're gonna need some
Yeah,
time.
too soon.
Yeah.
We get a dire boar and name it Cedric.
So Copernicus can even like take the 20 minutes or whatever to conjure up 2 phantom steeds. And you don't even have to drop any money. You just kind of like, you get out and as you get smuggled out, Copernicus goes, well, give me a moment here, and does some ritual magic, at the end result of which a pair of like spectral ghostly horses with like burning red eyes
Oh, we're super low key. It's great.
are prepared for you guys to ride, and they go fast. They are tireless and can easily handle Ugna's weight, and can travel at a ridiculous rate of speed, I do believe. Am I misremembering that?
No, I think it's like
I think they're fast.
60 feet or 100 feet per
Yeah.
round.
Yeah, they have like a speed of like double a normal horse. Where is it here?
Also, they
Yeah,
probably won't be
speed of
scared of
100.
having an owlbear nearby them. So
They
that's
can
nice.
basically travel like over 10 miles an hour, which is like
Yeah,
for
13 miles
like
at a fast pace. Yeah.
like for an overland travel rate, that's pretty crazy.
This is like practically a car.
So even with
An
that
electric car.
night,
It's a Geo.
Runs out, but
Yeah.
you know.
so that night, and they last for like hours, right?
No, 1 hour. So I'd have to
1 hour.
or hold on. Yeah, 1 hour. So I'd have to
can
like
still-
we'd have to basically take little gas stops every now and then for
Yeah.
Grandpa.
Or you can just use it as a way to like get a good distance between you and Ravenfall, and then carry on foot from there.
I kind of like the idea of like creating a new cryptid rumor in the area about like the demon horse that rides at night. Every area needs one of those. So
Yeah.
So you
calls
pass
into the
over
wind.
the stone bridge with the trolls. You pass over, and like some little troll kids are nearby, are like, "Whoa!" as you go by, and you're like, smile to yourself, knowing that you've left a little crazy rumor.
Ugna's
Well,
like
there's a
bundled
few
up in a
boys
cloak.
tonight.
Actually, no,
With,
maybe
like,
we
a
don't
big
want to do
lump
that
on her
because
stomach?
things with flaming red eyes are probably going to be attached to me eventually.
Probably.
All right, maybe we'll go incognito crossing the bridge. Maybe we'll
We'll
ditch
just walk.
We'll ditch the getaway car.
Honestly, like I said, I'm
Everybody.
happy to just say you just grabbed, so
Yeah.
you bought some horses.
Yeah.
So we'll just say you bought two great big draft horses, one for Ugna and the owlbear, and one for like
Everyone
the rest
else.
of you. Like Tromlin and Grandpa and Fetid, just all 3 tandem riding the horse. And then Gorpa jumps into a flighted form and keeps along. So it doesn't take you very long to make your way through the night along the Shadow Coast to Stormhill, which I will point out. I do believe
That is on the
Stormhill
map.
is visible on the map. And I will remind you that you had recently gotten some word about the fact that Stormhill has seen some interesting recent events. There are some barbarians in the north that have been plaguing the road. There have been Raven cultists setting up in town. So are there any particular precautions you wish to take as you're making your way through the north road,
Well,
the Great Ring Road, as you come around to Stormhill?
I
I will
actually
stay
did
this-
already. Oh, sorry, you go ahead.
I will stay disguised because family.
Yeah, this is where your uncle lives, right?
Yeah, and he was looking for me.
I now feel like he's less dangerous than your dad.
You know, I'm just gonna piss them all off.
I did prepare for this trip. I came up with 9 NHL pun names for potential hockey player barbarian
Well,
cultists.
The
good.
Nihil?
Keep those handy for
The
me.
Nihil.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
and that I'll keep
but
the
mainly-
disguise on that Tromlin made me, but that'll be it.
But
guess I'll
mainly, I'm
probably-
just curious if there are any precautions that you're taking as you travel.
Like I don't
Like,
think
how
we're gonna.
far are you traveling this night? Are you sleeping by day? What's your breakdown here?
If we're gonna stay in the inn, I'd rather not stay in an inn in Stormhill. Either stay one past it or before it.
Oh, do we actually remember where
Yeah.
Gregarians' hideouts were, or the friendly bandit camp was? Would we be able to find our way there?
You probably could. You've got like a
That'd
ranger and a
probably-
druid with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could fly up and find stuff for you.
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
let's.
we're on good terms with them at least.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yep. Sure. So like,
someone,
I'm just
someone
going to
text
point to.
Sam and see if he's doing anything right now.
Sam, jump on the stream.
I'm gonna point out the location of the one bandit camp where you were where you met up with Scarfang.
Hey, Scarfy, how you
I don't know if
doing?
that's actually showing up.
I don't remember. I don't.
I'm clicking.
Oh yeah, there it is. I see it now.
Okay. All right. Just the
Up in the
delay.
hills.
Oops. So yeah, you can easily find that again because Fetid's been there and he's a ranger, and Glorpa's been flying around all through here. Between them, easily spot the place and make your way back in that direction. If you want to try and stay the night with friends there rather than make your way. So when you discover, when you kind of get in that area, you've basically traveled quite rapidly over the first night or first couple of days here, traveling by night and sleeping in the hills off the road during the day. There will be a couple of points while you're, and I'm assuming you like have a you're doing the rotating
Yeah.
watches.
I'll set my alarm as usual.
Yeah, there'll be a point as you're keeping watch that you will see one of the frostworms fly over during the day, somewhere further to the north of you, but they don't get too close, and things are relatively quiet. However, when you make your way to that bend in the road and start looking for that camp, the bandit camp, that one time at bandit camp, you will discover that it is a much reduced location from what you recall. Before, there was a big wooden palisade kind of spiky thing around it, and there was a bunch of stuff up in the trees. Everything on the ground that was there is gone now, and there's only the structures in the trees. So that's what
Imagine
Lorpa
there's-
notices from afar when she's flying by.
Well, I mean, they probably don't stay in the same camp at any one time. They probably spread around.
Is there any like sign of terrible big monsters on the ground?
I mean, there's nothing there. There's no monsters. No like bloody bodies or anything lying around.
That's important.
Just the same, we should walk without rhythm.
Just in case.
Yep.
I mean, there's enough of us with different gaits that there's probably not much discernible rhythm anyway.
Yeah.
Well, you are riding horses, so there's definitely a rhythm.
All right, so we cut off one of the horse's legs.
Behold, Tripod, the draft horse. Should we try to send word to let them know we're coming so they're not like, oh shit, what's up?
Yeah, you've got Glorpa in bird form if she wants to go.
Glorpa, would you do us a solid and go forth and let them know we're coming so we don't get murdered?
I love freaking people out in bird form. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, great.
And yeah, you will when you go in. There are bandits there. There's not anywhere near as many of them as there were that you remember before, and they are like they all seem to be up in the trees in amongst these structures that are hidden in the foliage. But you do recognize Scarfang, sitting on a wooden platform with like a small fire in a brazier off the platform. Sitting there with a couple other guys, and you can fly down and land on the edge of the platform on the railing and say, "Hey,
hey!"
He'll like jump back like talking bird.
Always
good.
I don't know if you remember us, but I mean, I don't usually like this, but do we call ourselves the Trash Heroes? Like for real?
I don't think you guys have a name.
I don't think
we don't have a group name yet.
Oh, you might need to come up with something.
I just started listing each of us off. I'm not giving them any context. I'm just like explaining people and describing some folks. And I'm like, if you remember those people, we're gonna come over shortly. I'm also one of them, but I'll be back soon.
He quickly gets that like, oh God, look in his eyes that you're so used to seeing when people recognize you.
You do remember us. All right.
You guys need to come up with a group name.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking of like variations on trash, like the Mighty Slime. No, maybe.
No, I think we'll get
That'd
sued.
be something.
Oh God, the sword's trash. Let's see.
Hawk smashing it. I don't know. Anyway,
breathe these.
Yeah, so he sort of like goes like, "Oh God," and you fly away and tell the others he remembers us.
Yeah, he remembers us real well.
Oh, good. We always leave a good impression.
Hey, we helped him a lot.
We did.
Like, we made his life a lot better.
He's not getting attacked by barbarians anymore, so that's got to be great.
We're not.
True.
We're just asking for a bed. We're not asking for hand jobs.
Well,
so you make your way over to this site, and he's come down from the trees with a couple of other guys, and he says, "Oh God, you've got horses?"
Yes, we had to get away quickly.
Is that a problem?
It's great.
Well, if they come through, they're gonna completely kill or eat those horses or steal them or something. You can come up, but we won't. I'm not guaranteeing anything with your horses.
That's fine. You don't owe us that.
You're better off taking them into town.
I cannot safely be in town.
Glorpa, can you turn our horses into something?
Oh yeah, I can.
And then maybe turn them back again?
Can I do that? I can do that, right, Lane?
Yeah, you can.
Can I turn duration? The owlbears?
Maybe
I think the polymorph though is only going to last for an hour or so.
I think so. Yeah.
That's kind of useless.
Yeah,
it's up to an hour.
If we do that, I should probably explain to the horses what's about to happen to them.
Yeah.
Shit's about to get weird.
It's
trippy,
long
guys.
enough to put a horse into a tree.
It'd be pretty temporary.
Well,
that would be the saddest.
Horses, but we could buy more horses later. So
That's
I mean,
true.
is it bad to have bait that's preferable to us?
You could, you can, if you can speak to animals, you could tell the horses to like head on down the road, and someone at the town would be like, "Hey, free horses."
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
If you're particularly worried about their well-being.
Good idea.
I bought them.
These are expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, we could also just sleep on the ground around them and like fight whatever comes to eat them.
Yeah, what is coming to eat the horses, man?
Yeah,
Yeah, can we ask them about this?
Yeah, the goddamn barbarians.
Barbarian.
I thought they went away because we fought them, and then they.
Or, yeah, one
left.
group went away, and then another group like decimated what was left of them, and they're. I mean, it's not as bad as it was. They're not trying to muscle in on our turf. They're just barbarians. They're not like trying to take over the banditry. But when they come along, they just slaughter everyone.
Because nature abhors a vacuum, and they're going to fill it.
I mean, it hasn't been too bad lately because it's not very cold yet. So they're these weird like knife boots that they slide around on the ice with.
God damn it.
But like right now, it's been, warm enough that unless you go a ways north off the road, it's pretty safe.
Why has nobody in the pits ever come up with knife boots before? That's a great idea.
Well, I mean, if it's not icy, that kind of doesn't do much for you.
I guess.
Should we just keep going?
Our northern, up by the lake, that one camp that we had is gone. They completely wiped us out there.
Sad guys sound like a lot of trouble.
Well, I don't know. I tell you, we're probably like that's why we're all up in the trees here because they don't climb. But we're probably gonna pull out and head back down to Karsh when the winter comes for real because
makes sense.
It's gonna get real dangerous around here.
Yeah.
I mean, there's snow and ice all the way. Like, I don't know. I think people have already sent word to the King's Court because they're gonna have to get the army out here or something.
Well, that is unfortunate. Traveling turns the party. Should we just keep going?
We could.
You certainly could. You can press on if you want.
Maybe we're causing a problem to him by being here. It just sounds like we're risking too much. And Trauma wants to deliver this milk before we get pulled into a barbarian story.
Yep. No, for sure. You guys could. So basically, what I will need from you all is Constitution save
to force march.
To determine how much exhaustion everybody's going to pick up.
Oh, great! I have a 0 for that saving throw.
So 23.
Nice.
That's about week 11.
I'm still getting into character because every time something bad's about to happen to me, I'm always like, what dark force can I bargain with to escape this obvious consequence of my bad decisions?
Good.
Like, that is the instinct every time. Like, there's got to be some trick here.
That
is 100% your
Donald
character
Trump
concept.
philosophy.
Oh, this is when I should have rolled a cast enhance ability on myself. This is the moment I should have done it.
What do you got?
Got a 5.
Oh no.
Okay, that's going to be 1 exhaustion.
Yep.
What else have I got here?
I have a 12.
Okay.
17.
17 and Glorpa?
11.
Okay, so that's the first saving throw. I'm going to get a second from everybody.
God damn it. That I will cast enhance ability on myself so I can get advantage.
Is this also
24.
adding Constitution?
I rolled
or-
a 17 and then an 18.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ. You really are Canadian.
I guess.
18.
18?
Also an 18.
Okay.
9.
9. Not
do we
great.
add anything to this? Is this also
Your Constitution saving throw bonus. I assume you didn't add anything on the first one?
I did. It was just 2. So
Yeah, it's plus
I think
2.
it's plus 2. Okay, cool. 9. Not doing
Okay.
so hot.
And I think that's all I'm going to have Glorpa roll because you can fly, which is going to give you a bit of leeway. Same with Copernicus, and same with Fetid. So I just need 1 more roll from Ugna, 1 more from Tromlin.
Okay. I will cast that spell myself again.
That's
Yep.
only a 10 this time because I rolled a 4.
That's a 16.
Okay. So when you arrive in Mudhollow, so you make your way the rest of the night, you get to Stormhill, the gates are locked. You know that you don't really want to deal with anyone in Stormhill, but Fetid has now gone through these hills a whole bunch. You've been all around here with Gregarian before and the local quaggles. So Fetid leads you around the city to the north, past the garbage pile and that one bandit camp, and you come back to the road by the Stormbrook on the bridge. Cross over the bridge and then carry on the road. You know, now that you've walked your horses off road, you can get back on. Again, with a kobold, with a ranger specifically, you can avoid hard terrain. So Fetid, you can lead them through by paths that aren't too bad for the horses. And once you're back on the road, you can carry on and try and make as best time as you can. Obviously, you're going to avoid running these horses to death.
Yes.
But you have enough good animal handling skills between you that you pace them appropriately to keep them.
That's
you
how I
walk
got my
them,
one level of exhaustion. I've been like picking up one of the horses and carrying it for a bit.
You carry the horse for a while. It's your turn. Excellent. Yeah, so you walk the horses as appropriate, and you make your way to Harrow, the little village that is the last stop before you get to the swamps at the edges of which is Mudhollow. And by the time you get towards the city of Mudhollow, another whole day has passed, and it's actually into the night of that next day. You're going to be Glorpa is pretty exhausted from all this flying. So is Fetid. Copernicus seems completely fresh. He doesn't seem to have any problems. But and even Ugna and Tromlin are flagging. So basically, I think everyone's got at least one level of exhaustion. Some of you have 2. 3 is where you can potentially collapse. So no one did that bad. But you've pushed your way through, ridden through the night and day, and you've made it back to Mudhollow. So let's switch the map again. You still have the map open, right?
Yep.
Woo! Okay.
Mudhollow.
All right. I've switched. Let's see if that takes over onto the thing.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, and so you come down out of the hills. There's a decent sized moon in the sky. The air is pretty chill. It's pretty cold. It's getting to that part of the autumn where it's a little cooler at night. There's like maybe a little bit of ice in some of the ponds and things you've passed on your way down. But now that you've come out of the North Downs, it's not quite as cold. And you recognize the edges of Crudville, the shanty towns, as you come up and approach the gates, which of course are closed and locked for the night already.
Shit,
Oh,
so we can't get in.
I can't wait to get home. I could sleep for a week and I could eat a horse.
I can probably find us a new way in, right? I mean,
oh, for sure. You can take everybody in from the. So number 28 there on the map, of course, is the nuisance grounds, the local dump, and there are many tunnels and ways into the quaggle.
That fit horses
realm. Now, if you want to bring the horses, you're going to have to stay outside the walls, but that doesn't mean you can't.
I can fly
go
the
somewhere.
horses over.
You could cast a fly spell and get both horses.
You could also polymorph them into smaller
and I'll take
horses
the leads
to get
and just
them inside.
lead them over, and I'll just be a man flying between 2 horses.
That's fine.
Once again, let me explain to the horses what's about to happen.
Of course.
again, like the polymorphing the horses and carrying them with us might not be the worst part.
Turn them into like little mice or something, and then just
Turn them into
walk in.
kittens.
Oh, kittens.
Little corgis, just
Yeah, I think Glorpa can pull
understand.
out. I think we figured out before Glorpa has one 4th level spell slot, but has the Druid of the Land thing where she can do the extra spell slots and put them all on that and get a second one. So Glorpa can certainly cast 2 polymorph spells.
Excellent.
Cool.
Let's
What
get
animal
home.
do you want them to be?
Yeah.
Although you are quite exhausted and that'll take a lot out of you. The other option would be to just go spend the night like in the banks or somewhere like that. There is in fact a tavern that you frequent in the banks.
Let's do that. Let's just do
Known
that.
as
Yeah.
the
Easy.
Slugwater.
Nice.
Fuck,
You can
yeah.
go to the
Motel.
Slugwater Tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's much easier. Let's do that.
Okay. So you make your way to the swamp, the edge of the swamp, and you head to the Slugwater Tavern. There's a lot of this area of the swamp is populated by turtles and lizard folk and other types. So there's quite a bit of like places where there's houses on little poles sticking out of the swamp and things like that. But there's usually people have heaped up gravel for causeways, so there's like various roadways through, and you can definitely get right up to the bank and the Slugwater Tavern with your horses, and they have a stable.
Excellent.
And so you kind of bang on the door, and a sleepy turtle comes with like a turtle. I imagine with like a nightshirt, like a Dickensian nightshirt and nightcap, and holding like one of those little candle holders. Comes to the door and is like, "Oh, guests. Oh, okay.
We do apologize for the late hour.
It's all right. It's all right. You have coin."
Oh, I pull out coins for
Yep.
the stabling and for us.
Yep. And he turns and like kicks at a sleeping halfling who's just kind of like sleeping near the door on the inside, and is like, "Wake up, wake up. Take these horses out to the stable." Halfling kind of stands up mutely, brushes himself off. He's got a little flat cap that he kind of tips, and then
I'll slide
runs
2 gold into
off.
the halfling's hand as he walks by as a tip. Like,
or 2 appropriate coins. I imagine. I always get weirded out by people like gold pieces in D&D, because like, you know, if you think of like people barely ever saw gold in like
I put
most
2
of history.
electrum pieces in his
Yeah.
hand. That's
2
really
coins. I always just think coins, then you just hand wave it.
Yeah,
No, we're big tipping.
I tip him because he
here's
has to wake up.
here's $20,000, young man.
Here's your year's salary.
I remember
Don't fuck it up.
there was a comedian who calculated that compared to how much money he makes, when he finds like forgets that he had a $20 bill in his pocket and he finds it, and it's like, whoa, $23. That rush for Bill Gates to experience that proportionate to how much money he makes, it would have to be something like he finds $100,000 in like his bathrobe or something.
Seems
the world is
plausible.
not a just place.
No, it's not.
No, and the trash heroes are going to try and fix it.
Through
Or something.
pig buggery.
Through
Yes.
horrible,
Correct.
Mostly.
through
gonna try and
through
right the
tricking
wrongs.
people into bestiality.
Oh, animal husbandry. It's fine.
It's
Yeah,
there's
better
a piggy
than true
bank
bestiality,
joke.
right?
There's a piggy bank joke there, but I just don't want to make it.
Making a deposit in.
Yep.
And you spend the rest of the night, and hopefully well into the morning, as you're all exhausted,
Yes.
sleeping at the Slugwater Tavern. During the night,
Murdered.
Glorpa.
no,
It's
Glorpa
been a
dream.
while, but you have that dream again.
Ooh.
So for the stream, I'll remind everyone just briefly that the dream involves seeing a giant tower, like a magically created tower, shoot up out of the water in the deepest sea, taller than any other tower, and you know its name. And from the top of the tower, you see great storms in each of the compass points, to the north, to the east, the south, and the west. Ominous gray skies to the west, red skies and earthquakes and volcanic fire to the south, dust storms to the east, and black storm clouds with lightning to the north.
Well, that dream again.
Mm-hmm.
How long have I been having this dream? Like since I was young, kind of thing.
For
or?
years, not since you were young, but like for the last few years.
Okay.
Definitely before you met these folks.
Okay.
And I don't think you've ever told any of them about it.
I haven't.
And I will remind you too about something else from your original character sheet. This is because you started the game with the hermit background, and the hermit background gives you a background feature that is called, pulling up your sheet, a background feature that is called discovery. And your discovery is that vision and also a magic item that you've been carrying around forever that you don't know what it does.
Oh, was I already aware of that?
A jade egg.
Oh, it's
Oh. How very goop of you.
Well, that's not some goop nonsense.
Yeah,
That guy. That was very specifically a related to the building of this character. Yes.
Kind of forgot about that angle.
And when you wake up from your dream tonight, you just happen to have pulled the jade egg out of your bag along with some of your other random.
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
Out of your bag. Well, I don't know. Where were you carrying it? It's up to you.
Exactly where I was keeping it.
It's up to you. You can decide where you were carrying it. But wherever you were carrying it, you pull it out and you notice that it's like extremely warm to the touch, like it's been holding warmth. Yeah. Now, depending on where you were carrying it, maybe that's
not so surprising.
Warmer than usual, we'll say.
Yeah.
Huh.
And that's it. Otherwise, you guys sleep through the night and actually get a good rest. Everyone will wake up with one less exhaustion.
Woo!
So that means that Glorpa and Fetid are still feeling a little. Oh, and I think Tromlin.
I had one.
Oh, you only had one. I can't remember what you rolled on the last one.
I forgot also, but it was not that.
But yeah, so just Glorpa and Fetid will be still feeling a little god that like basically you basically rode for almost 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I will obviously offer to Glorpa and to Fetid if they want to stay in my house and rest for the day.
Yeah.
So.
Nice. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna sleep in your fireplace.
I was gonna offer you a dresser drawer that was gonna fill with a quilt, but
that would also be good.
So cute.
I hope
Very
you
good.
don't. I hope you don't want that quilt back when you're done.
It is officially your quilt.
Yep.
All right, sweet.
That's adorable.
Oh,
and when we get to town, I'm gonna try to sell these horses off to get some of my money back because.
So at
Good
first,
idea.
so you're gonna head back around to the gates and make your way into the city. Are you still in disguise?
Maybe
Or
coming
did
through the
Tromlin
gates.
drop that by now?
Maybe coming through the gates would be a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't want to be arrested quite yet because I want to deliver this fucking milk.
In that case, what you probably want to do is sell the horses out in the banks, out in the shanty town, and sneak your way into town rather than go through the gates.
All right, let's just do that then. I will try to get rid of the horses.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah, you sell them back.
some money.
You don't get as much as you paid for them because you had like jewelry, like you didn't have like easy money to sell.
So
I want to make sure
bargain.
they're sold to someone who won't mistreat them. Like okay, these are quality animals. I don't want them to like.
Oh yeah, there's lots
Yeah.
of.
Don't sell them to a Cedric.
No.
I mean, they're Clydesdales. They use like a
that-
ladder.
And there's a whole documentary about why you don't do that with horses. So called Zoo.
Maybe if
It's
there's some
amazing. It's
Goliath.
horrifying.
I was like, all right,
There's like
tell
a-
me about it.
There's some Goliaths out there, maybe, but
Ugh.
yeah, okay. You easily slip your way into town, into the North Quarter, where the where your home and the guild is, and heading back towards your place to let people rest up for the day. You will notice that there are guards posted in front of your house, and that's probably a good place for us to take our break.
All right. Break time.
All right.
and then we'll pick it up after.
Sounds
So yeah, so let's take our usual 10 minutes or so, and then we will return. So stay tuned. Don't touch that dial or whatever they say on Twitch.
See ya.
Don't touch that channel.
Don't twitch that mouse.